Dear Mr. Nethercott, he threw it away. Thank you for sending your book of poems, quote, Songs from the Defeated City, unquote, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, you must understand that such titles would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication of, or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce you that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. What? Sycophant Publishing and it didn't? Oh, also he's sick. With a cold. I might have something for that. Richard never succeeded in poetry. Well, you know, success is measured by many yardsticks. Also, it's just one rejection letter.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
But I think my vampiric deduction powers are just very, very good.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
Sound like a YouTuber. Should do something more useful. I would not choose that. I'll go with this one.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor her artist friends were and how she helped them.
My parents pay for my rent, my food, and my clothes. All I have to give them in return is lies they do not believe.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
Richard feels guilty about depending on his parents' financial support. Also, he has a family. Oh no, that was the other lady. Where is he? That's him. That's Camellia. I don't know who that is yet. Oh, I can't ask him about that. Okay.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
But I don't have anything for you.
I will see you later. I'll leave you alone, sir.
I'll come back. What a weird place. Oh, that's Camellia. Oh, this is the... Right, this is the entrance, the other entrance. We do need to talk to her a little. I mean, I say talk to her. She only says ellipses. The game is not ready for people who don't talk. Honestly, they could have designed a dialogue system for interacting with mute people. I suppose the ellipses works well enough. Let's go out then. Oh, the door was locked. And now it isn't. Hello, Camellia.
Hello again, miss.
Ellipses.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Ellipses.
Very well. Goodbye, then.
He pronounced it Camellia. Huh, curious. Maybe that's just a quirk. Because it could be the way it's pronounced in a different language. I don't know. Oh, look at all these! Oh, I can't interact with them. No, I can.
Hello again, miss.
Oh.
Very well.
No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to interact with that. And there it is. A small bouquet of flowers with a voucher for a free medical checkup clinic. And she's just going back and forth between there. Oh. I never came in this way. Oh, this is the back of the chapel or the church. And this doesn't open.
I cannot enter.
I'll talk to that guy in a little. This feels like the access point for some place. Why would I be here? There's stuff down there. Excuse me.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Clayton wants newspapers to print the truth about Whitechapel's situation.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
That... I don't see the connection there.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
What is criminal?
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Farewell indeed. I'll try to get access to that bit. But I don't know. I don't know if I have. I'm not 100% abreast of... oh, look at me using that word. I've never used it. Oh, another locked door. Whitechapel Street. Yeah. Abreast of where exactly I am at. I would say... oh, these are the gates that we tried before, but couldn't go in through. Yeah, I remember. There's a bunch of enemies here. Not anymore. We couldn't go in through because they were locked. Let's do some medicine here. So I'm trying to heal. Clayton is also fatigued. Okay. I'm trying to heal Clayton, who has fatigue, and Richard, who has a cold. And up here...
it's locked, all right.
oh, dang it. That should be there's one up ahead. I'm gonna go that one. Here we are. This is actually the one I was thinking I was at. Oh, there's people in here. Okay. So, fatigue. And cold. Let's deal with these two. So this is the lady that we saw before, I think. Excuse me.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Right. A cherished souvenir. Investigation updated. Choose what to do with the lost scarf. Give it to Christina Popa. Huh. That's her scarf then.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Well, yeah, but it's the health of the people they deal with as well and all that.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Where's she from? Christina could not find any decent job because she was a migrant.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Where they don't get good fucks, apparently.
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
she's from Romania. Hint has been failed, though. Ah, well. She's from Romania. Oh, interesting. I wonder what's going on there. I mean, it has to do probably with that other line. Romania was... I don't actually remember the name of that is given to the Axis. It's not Axis. I don't... Yeah, Romania was part of the... they were aligned with the Germans, weren't they? Trying to recall maps in my head.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
I don't think I have, Oh, she only has fatigue.
In this district, I don't know what. Like a secret or a plot I must reveal. Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
No, interesting that he doesn't mention the biggest driving force behind the stigma, I suppose, behind sex work, which is the Catholic Church. Actually, I'm sorry, the Church in general, not Catholic here because it's England, so it would be the Anglican Church, right? I'm hazy on the terms, but yes.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Now I'm gonna need more. But let's first take care of Mr. Edgar Poe over here. Or whatever his name is. Camellia is good, though. I wonder if I can get in through here. Quarantine. The church itself? I mean, I guess maybe they would suspend sermons and all that, but
Some of us come to this world already touched by grace.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I can neuter. Oh, what is the
I'll leave you alone, sir.
what is the verb? Nurture? No. The nutrition. There is a verb for that. And I would say I'm gonna nurture you in the face one of these days or something. I don't know. I was gonna make a joke. It was gonna be bad. So there it was. Let's make sure that we clear out all these areas first. Things are looking pretty good in this department in terms of, you know, how many things we have. Christina.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
What is that pose? Why do you do that pose?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Everything else is good. Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Okay, we know where to go for Dorothy. Let's because you know it's marked as a quest. Let's talk to the priest over here.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
I was just talking about the church being the impetus behind the stigma around sex work, and immediately his dialogue is all about how conservative he is, about how this scientists, this liberals, nurses, and whatnot.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
They become communists and lesbians, most likely, maybe. Actually, that would be quite thematically appropriate, even if a little bit stereotypical, but still. Dorothy gives away drugs and medicine for free. Dorothy was a clandestine resident. Ah, dang it, I pronounced clandestine properly, and then I immediately mispronounced the other word. Resistant in her homeland. Oh, but that was... That's the new thing. Oh, right. That she wasn't a communist. Wait, where is she from again? Dorothy Crane. She's from Denmark, right? I don't know.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Holy Crusade. We have been there. Retrieve Samuel the disciple in the cemetery. Let's track that.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
And he's gonna be bopping those tunes. Or whatever kids say these days. I don't know. Because of the... I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. Something or other that I don't remember.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion.
But
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
as a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tobias wants to cleanse the epidemic by fire. Well, that is literally what he said. This time you're being very literal in your interpretation of what he says.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Oh. Tobias believes the vicar of St. Mary's Church, Joseph Larrabee, is preaching a false faith.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
And he's healthy. Good. You guys fighting again? Because y'all got something else to fight about. Anyway, let's go to the cemetery and see if I can figure out what is going on. It's an unturned, whatever that is, dustbin. Everything is dead, so we shouldn't have to fight anything. Because I haven't died in forever. So, his son... Well, I mean, not son, but... his follower was sent over here. I hear blood pumping. But that's just the rats. Hey, do you know about the dude?
Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
She doesn't know.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder?
Oh. That could be it. Also, I didn't see you.
It's locked, all right.
I did, actually.
This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
Oh, yeah.
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
That looks like the pants of a priest or something. What do you mean better follow the blood trail? Outside? I really don't know. Oh, there is a blood trail. It's a good thing I cleared out the whole area. Where are we?
As I feared. Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Did he ever? Stop it! That hurts. Okay, we're gonna be fine. Hey, don't bite the things. This is pretty powerful. The stun lock is real. I mean, they are skulls, so they should be easy. Still don't fully understand what that one in particular is. Rare.